Congrats to Cadell for #2 right now in the hip hop charts.
No,
on his
let's
album.
talk about that.
Yeah.
No, because I was a big fan of like the way Tony Blair led, even though he fucked up a little bit with the Iraq War.
Wait.
But
What?
As the grime scene savior.
big up Az though. Jesus.
No, we're not doing big up as every week.
We got to big him up because every time I go on there now, it's a big up for the people, big up ironic.
Yeah,
big
so
up
we can big
Hughes.
him up back.
You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
It's love, man.
Yeah. It's
But,
not.
I like what he's doing. In a sense of like not obviously the exposing people thing. I'm not really into the chatty stuff, but I do like how he is bringing a lot of the grime scene together. Like I'm seeing people from grime together in one room that I ain't seen together for years. So I do like that. And there is talks and whispers of grime coming back. I know you lot said, it's kind of coming back the other day.
Coming back? What?
You said that.
From the dead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I do like he's shedding light on what's going on right now.
Yeah, man. Well, grime's in museums now. You see it?
Fossils.
That's it, yeah.
English heritage.
Listen.
Dinosaurs and fossils. So.
No. Big up Jama, big
20
up
gatekeepers.
Big up Jama, big up Risky
They must all be
Road.
quite old now.
Yeah.
Of the 20 grime gatekeepers, who is above 40?
Well,
Bro,
Chip
I reckon all of
is
them.
probably the youngest.
Okay, how old is Chip? He's in his 30s. though, right?
31, yeah. Oh wait, so you're saying no one's under 30?
No one's on the fact.
Cadell,
all the
bro.
all the
Cadell,
gatekeepers.
big up, hey,
No, what?
congrats to Cadell for #2 right now in the hip hop charts.
No,
on his
let's
album.
talk about that.
Yeah,
no,
I'm saying.
No,
yeah,
no.
no, I'm
Don't
saying.
do that. Listen, let's talk about that. To become number 22 in the hip hop UK hip hop charts, you need to sell. How many copies do you think?
Oh god, I like
Number
this game.
22.
Ironic, you should know.
I will know. Yeah, it's not gonna be much. Yeah, but
How many?
He-
No,
he
God,
was
we
at
need a
number-
number,
he was at
bro.
number
Ironic,
2.
we need a number, Jay.
I just
at number 22, I'm assuming maybe 40 physical cells.
Wait, what do you mean? Huh?
40 physical cells.
Wait, what?
that's
Huh?
extremely generous.
40 physical cells.
The number needed was 9. 9 cells to get to number 22.
But-
Wait,
Because-
lads,
to get-
sorry,
and
what's
to
going
get
on?
to
Yeah.
number 1,
Yeah.
it was 50 physical copies.
Lads, just for the average listener, right?
Yeah.
When you say physical cells, are we
Physical
talking
is-
walking into HMV
No,
and buying? What do you
No,
mean
it's
physical?
iTunes.
You're
Right,
actually
you
gotta
physically
go on,
buying it.
purchase it. Do you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Not just
Just streaming.
no.
Okay, got you. Okay, so
Sorry,
what?
CJ, you're still
No,
stuck.
I'm
in
just,
the-
no, I know, but I'm just, I kind of figured that out, but I was just making sure.
Right.
So, secondly, what's the equivalent of that in streams, in terms of streaming? What would you need to know, roughly?
Well, you'll know this, but I've heard it's something like 10,000 streams is like 2 copies or something like that.
No, I think it's like 1,000 streams.
Okay.
Is
1,000 streams is 2 copies.
It's like a 1 copy or 2
Okay,
copies.
okay.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's silly, bro. The way it's added up is so silly, bro. But I knew that's how it's judged now. Like you can sell a few. That's why
That's mad.
you
So
can do a few
sell.
sales
Yeah.
on iTunes and you're up. in the
That's
chart. But that's why
mad.
artists do at the end of the
Wow.
week. Notice when
Wow.
artists are like near the top 10 and that, they start saying, "All right, don't stream it. Buy it on iTunes. 79p, please buy
Right.
it because those one sales add up to stream.
I didn't know
stream.
this.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know this.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's-
me
it's-
personally,
it's
I've got
interesting,
plaques
though.
from actual physical sales. So you know what I'm saying? I can just.
Yeah.
It's interesting though because I just thought as a sort of if you're doing the management thing, why would you not just buy your artists records yourself?
I think that happens. I'm
What do you mean on iTunes?
Well, like if you need 50 copies to be number 1,
Just
I'll
get
buy
all your
100.
faves.
Yeah.
No, but you can only buy one for each iTunes account you have in it.
Oh,
then
that's
Then you can't buy it
you
again.
genuinely have to do your best to seek out 100 people.
Yeah.
People,
that
which
will-
shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But either way, if man's selling 60 versions of his album, like 60 copies of his album, and he gets to the top 10 on hip hop charts, that's good.
that
That's
is good.
bro.
No, that
Well,
is
that-
good. It is good.
That's Harry Styles. That was Harry Styles.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying Cadell
So
was.
Cadell sold 9.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great.
It's not hard though.
Well, it's clearly just sort of like, the Drake thing. The
Yeah.
stats don't always tell
No,
the whole
Not the
story,
full picture, no.
you know?
But I need to listen to the project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Aside
It's
from-
basically, Cadell is sort of one of the leaders of the new school of
Yeah.
grime to me.
100%.
Could we go into detail here? Because obviously,
Well, he's putting together a package. The mixtape is basically his war dubs for the likes of PK,
Yep.
Reese, and whoever else.
You know
is
more about this.
Well, I was
than
about to
me,
say,
bro.
let's
I'm a student of grime. I'm
this
telling
is-
you, it's dead.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Like, obviously, the elephant in the room, someone that's close to us lot, especially you, Reese.
Yeah.
I asked the question, a very valid question. Did he use Reese as a kind of marketing ploy to release this body of work? And I feel like
100%,
in some
yeah.
ways he did. I didn't
mean,
see
he's-
it at the time.
A lot of MCs do that in grime, bro. That's
Of course,
part of what it is, isn't it?
Chip
Like,
did the same
Yeah.
with. We tried to do the same with Stormzy, etc. When he was about to release his
Yeah.
mixtape,
Yeah.
but I didn't know who Cadell was until this whole thing kicked off.
For real?
Yeah, same. Like
No, I didn't know who Cadell
PK,
was.
never heard of him.
But you lot
Cadell,
didn't know Wiley had a brother who could
I
spit.
knew he had a brother, but I'd never heard him.
For real?
Yeah, no.
He's
That's
been
wh-
cold for a while, you know.
That's why it's sort of impressive to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's very much sort of his brother's energy.
Facts, you can
But
feel it.
that is grime.
can feel
That
it,
is
though.
grime. He doesn't really seem to care, or about how people are talking about him. He's just
Yeah.
going to keep putting out the work, and he's collated. This is the most impressive thing. He's collated it into a package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And he's still out here doing up spaces and talking as well. Like, he's not shy to
Yeah.
talk.
it looks like that's the new way to promote stuff.
What you saying? Our spaces is coming, yeah?
We're doing the Twitter Spaces. Join us on Twitter. Twitter.com/UrbanistCJ.
Yep, come on.
Twitter.com/
DJ Ironic.
You already know mine. Tracksuit is on there as well. Where is Tracks? Let's talk about Tracks. What's going on with Tracks?
We were just talking about that before we come
Sticky.
in.
It's sticky. It's a sore matter, actually.
it?
Sore subject, yeah.
Now, I just think me personally, I think the last few weeks has been L after L for him.
It's been a long few weeks, hasn't it?
It's been a long run. No, it's been a long run of L's.
And today was the sort of culmination of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I mean,
Dipped
look,
out.
you don't want to kick a man when they're down.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like he's due a bit of a change in luck because it's just been one thing after the other.
Obviously, today you couldn't help the situation that happened today. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's obviously not good that he's not here. It's not ideal. But I'm saying, like, the last episode obviously being removed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was going to mention that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't ideal, man. It's just like...
Yeah, and also obviously keen on I think Instagram preview being removed as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got it down here. We've had the Instagram clip, delete it. Podcast episode, delete it. Doesn't turn up to the next episode.
Told you to
But,
delete.
you know,
your
I think
posts.
he's not going to be here next week as well.
Oh, right.
Because
I mean, he's just basically sacking it off. Do you know what I mean?
but unintentionally, that's the thing. So it's like,
Yeah, he will
You
have
know-
an answer
Wow.
for it.
bro, you know what it is? Yeah, you know it's like in football terms, like when your luck's not in, it's not in. Like
Yeah.
when you're hot, you're hot. When
He's
you're
going
not,
through a gold
He's
drought
going
right
through a
now.
really bad period right
Yeah.
now, and it's just like one thing or the other.
Lacazette. in
Or
terms of
Maguire.
goals.
Maguire is it.
Okay.
Anything he touches, own goals, deflection, like that's basically Anton. Anton is Maguire. Is the Harry Maguire of the podcast. It's peak. It's peak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, listen, I want to know what you've both been getting up to this week. How are you all doing? Much love to your mothers for joining us. Welcome back to episode 51 of For the People podcast. We've got 3 of the Agony Uncles in the building today. Tracksuit away for this one. Send your condolences. No, he's not dead, but send your love in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
We're going to start today with making your missus do the dishes.
It's a sticky one.
Oh, okay. Has this been something that you've talked about or just been thinking about?
No, because look, I know you lot probably think I'll put this in a group chat, by the way, for anyone that needs some context. This is when I'm driving on my way to the pod. I'm just thinking, like, I just think outside the box. You know what I'm saying, I'm thinking, what can I
As you
throw
do.
out? What can I throw out?
Now
into the
free
bin?
it, bro. You're
Huh?
not freeing it fully,
What-
bro.
what-
That's not
what?
what happened.
He's
What
left a
happened?
pile of dishes at home, hasn't
What
he?
do you think? What?
You haven't done the washing up for about 2 weeks.
yet.
No,
You're getting a bit of smoke from the missus.
This is the thing.
Let's free it.
Listen,
Free it,
the good-
ironic.
Let me
Free
say,
it.
first of all, the good
Go on.
thing about my missus is she doesn't let the dishes pile up for longer than at least 4 hours. Not even that sometimes. After we have dinner, it's a clean up.
Wait, what? What do you mean 4 hours?
I'm saying, like, after we have dinner, she's clean
Okay,
straight,
yeah,
everything's
yeah,
straight.
okay.
I'm saying, but you know, the sun's out and you know we get more relaxed.
Okay.
So like, I'm thinking like, oh, like if it's piling up one day, like if I say, babe, like, are you gonna do the dishes? Is that mad? Or should I go and just do the dishes?
Have you got? Are your roles clearly set out in your yard?
No, because I've done the dishes before. But
Oh.
I'm saying like I'm grinding, weddings coming, I'm working.
Is she not working as well?
Yeah, she's work. Yeah,
Oh.
she is. Yeah. Loopholes. Yeah, but no, but the thing is, like, I'm really grinding. Like, obviously,
Okay.
I have respect.
She's just
for her
sort
job.
of half
No,
gone.
no,
You're working harder.
Part-time grinder.
You know what? She says that a lot. She always says, like, I'm working too, you know, and I respect that. But, you know, like, when you're self-employed, I always have to stress this. It's a different kind of work.
Do you think so?
Like 9 to 5 is work as well, yeah, and I respect it. But self-employed, like you wake up with a 9 to 5, knowing how you're gonna get paid today or
I hear that.
this month.
I hear
I
that.
wake up and I think, rah, like how am I gonna make a couple £100 today or a couple thousand this month? Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I've been grinding, so I'm just thinking like, if the dishes are mounting up, like who is it? Who or does she turn to me and say, "What's the dishes?" Like, what's going on here?
I mean, are there flies gathering around the sink, or is it?
Nah.
Because, you know, I have a similar thing going on, except I do the dishes a lot more seldomly,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's a one-off.
Wait, what does that mean? Seldomly.
I rarely do it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Same, yeah.
We've basically got not jobs, but roles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for example, I don't want her to touch the bins.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm happy to empty the bins.
Okay.
All right. It's mucky.
Yeah.
It's, you know, smelly,
Yeah.
and I don't want your hands on it. So
Yeah.
just leave it to me. All right,
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
That's
That's
fair,
my
yeah.
thing.
Very, very noble of you.
Well, it's more like just a roll. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit of
Yeah.
the dirty work,
Mm.
but I'm calm with that. Same way that she's been calm with doing the washing up. Right?
Mm.
And did you lot talk about this, or was it just a natural thing? Like you started taking the bins, and it was just your thing then.
I think she just sort of appreciated other things that I do for her and us, so
Yeah.
she just sort of assumed that role.
Right.
And
right.
I've said before, like, don't feel that you have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am sort of saying that as in, don't feel that you have to do that now, but
Yeah.
it's more
Yeah.
just because that's how we've sort of fallen, or this is the life we've fallen into.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Well, if it helps you, ironic. To be fair, I do a lot of the. We've got a dishwasher, right? So I put the plates and the cups in the dishwasher. That is one of my roles that I kind of like fallen into. To answer your question,
So you wash the dishes?
I don't wash. I just
No.
you put a little, you
Place-
splash a liquor water
Oh,
water
you-
ting,
Okay.
a liquor water ting just so it's ready. You don't
Do you
have
just have to scrape off the?
If it depends on what you've eaten. If
Oh.
it's stuck to the plate, then obviously you do a liquor scrub.
So you're washing.
Or even that, I can tell that's a bit.
It's
long.
a liquid scrub, yeah. For me, it's the dishwasher. It's not my responsibility. If you then take the thing out the dishwasher and there's still a few marks, then obviously you might have to get a little bit of a
Yeah.
whatever.
But that's your thing. So she doesn't even touch the
No,
plates.
no,
and
no.
that
If
After you lot.
do you know what? If it's a scenario where I'm clearly very, very busy and I'm back home late from work, then obviously she'll do it. But I know that that's my responsibility. If it hasn't been done or for any reason it piles up, then it's a bit like raw. Like, what are you doing, CJ?
How can it pile up?
Because
Is that just you just put it in the sink instead of the dishwasher?
yeah,
Like-
basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not like weirdly enough, yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just put it in a dishwasher?
Because okay, so here's the thing, I don't unload the dishwasher straight away. So once the dishes have been cleaned in the dishwasher, obviously the natural thing is to quickly unload it. But sometimes it sits
For a day.
not a day,
No, a day.
not a day, not a day. Let's say half a day.
Usually it's like
So there's a
lunch
weird
and
gap.
dinner. Like between
Yeah, there's
lunch and dinner.
exactly. There's that
Is this-
weird point. There's that
Yeah.
weird point where you've had lunch and you haven't had dinner,
But you
so
ain't had time
the
to
dishwasher's
wash.
full, and there's things that are slowly starting to
But
Like
is it
stack.
your responsibility to not
To-
only stack but also to
take
empty?
out. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Because
Okay.
So essentially, you are doing all the bits.
yeah.
for the-
Because I'll be real, my missus literally does everything else in the
Okay,
house.
right.
Everything else.
Right.
And I'm
Cleaning.
I'm trying to think if there's any.
washing.
I do the bins. I do the bins.
Do you?
Yeah, I do the bins.
Okay.
We
but
share the
everything-
bin.
Who
Everything
like
else
who like
she does.
hoovers the yard? Who?
I'm the Hoover.
Mrs.
No, I'm the
Mrs.
Hoover.
I don't.
I'm the Hoover.
I don't
I'm the
Hoover.
Okay.
That's nice
What-
of you, bro. I don't
But
Hoover.
bro, that's
No,
a
I do
hard, that's a
little
hard,
Hoover as well.
yeah,
I don't
but that's
Hoover, no.
hard work,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't do Hoover.
So
I
you
don't.
let your missus like,
If you
Yeah.
try to hoover my carpet,
Yeah.
right, you
Yeah.
got to put leg
Is it?
work,
yeah.
elbow
my
grease.
missus, my missus does all that sweeps before and then
Okay.
Hoover.
So your missus has got strong arms.
She's doing bits, bro. She's doing a little, and there's a couple of things.
What
that I'm not
about
proud
like
of
washing the
that.
clothes though? Like that one is mad.
Yeah, that's missus as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, do you do the clothes?
No,
as
I
well?
can't lie. I don't know how to use
So
a
let me
washing
just
Oh,
machine.
don't say that, bro.
I don't know how to use a washing machine.
That's nothing to be proud of.
No,
bro.
I'm not saying it proudly, but I'm saying like I wouldn't know. Like I lived by myself and I didn't know how to do it. I had to get
Nah,
someone to do it for
You
me.
gotta know how to use a washing machine, man.
For real.
Do you know how to change a light bulb?
Yeah.
Oh, for
yeah.
fuck's sake.
Oh, come on,
Obviously, bro.
come on.
You have to think about it.
No. So
No.
will you feel a certain type of way if you are so busy that you have to ask, or you feel like you have to ask anyway? Can you do the dishes tonight, or is that just calm?
No, I don't feel.
That's not calm.
No, I'm saying I don't feel away if I have to ask. If I have to ask, if I genuinely am like, I can't do it right now. Can you help? Then I'll do it.
Yeah.
See,
But I will. It's very rare that I'm in that scenario. It's very rare because if it worst case scenario, I'll just do it the next day. Do you see what I mean? So it's very rare that I'll have to do it.
It seems like it's an easy way out. Right? You invest in the dishwasher,
Yeah, 100%.
and then as a result, you don't have to put any elbow grease in yourself, even if you do those rare
Right,
occasions.
can I ask you another question that's related to this, right?
Yeah.
And this kind of goes back to the whole thing of roles. And so my missus has done this thing recently where she's really keen on me kind of getting involved in the cooking with her. So she's cooking something rather than me just sit back and wait and chill, feet up, watching football. It's like, do you want to like maybe cut something or?
Oh,
Do you see it like because she likes the idea of cooking together, like a family. Yeah, she likes. She really loves cooking together.
Every night though, is it
Not
just
every night. No, just
once in a while.
Occasionally, if I see her
Yeah.
putting in work, just be like, "Oh, do you need a hand, babe?" Do you know what I mean?
With,
Yeah,
peeling
peeling
the
potatoes,
Oh.
cutting carrots.
Wait,
do you know what I mean?
The first time she asked you though, did she say it like, oh, like kind of in a way like you're just standing there looking
Yes,
at me? Like,
yes, literally that.
Get to do some work.
But she also likes.
You know what I'm saying?
She likes
don't just
camaraderie.
stand there looking at me.
I'll tell you,
help.
my missus has been saying a couple of things recently, which is like, it's for me, it's like I was a bit like, raw, okay, but I get it, like that's part of relationships, right? So she's like, okay, first of all, she likes the camaraderie and the vibes in the kitchen where you're together, doing something together, maybe a bit of music in the background.
Yeah.
She also is doing this thing where I've always been used to like sitting, eating in front of the TV.
Same.
You know, plates on the laps or
Yes.
whatever.
Oh.
Same.
Vibes,
I love that.
table. Yeah,
She wants
I
to
love-
eat at table now.
Bro, I'm like, but what's wrong with sitting in front of the TV?
No,
eating, bro? I
apparently
like,
it's not
yeah.
good. Apparently.
So do you not you
Yeah.
don't talk then when you're eating? You're
no,
just
you say
looking
that-
to
you
take in a movie or
Taking
something.
a movie, chill, say the odd word,
Yeah.
but that, for me,
Say the odd word.
because I don't, because I'm so busy during the day, man.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I'm so busy during the day, man, that like that's actually my time to unwind. And then if we're turning it into a right, it's an hour kind of right. What's get so how? So what? Talk to me about what's get. Listen, communication is important, but we talk anyway. Like we're not.
During the day.
Yeah,
So
talk
you're
during the
thinking
day.
we don't need to sit at a table and look and talk.
Yeah, and more time we invest like during the weekend, Friday, Saturday, whatever. Like there's, I think the whole 1 hour at a table, I get it. Like family values,
Yeah.
especially when you're
When
thinking
you
about
have kids and
having
stuff,
kids.
I
That's
think
important.
That's important to have a family meal together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
But I think I'm the same, bro. Like
Yeah.
I and also I can't eat without watching something.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'll wait until something's on the TV before I even
I
start.
just
my
prefer.
meal.
I just
Yeah.
for me, I just prefer it. Like
Yeah.
it's the same as what you're saying, but I think she's trying to get into these habits for that next step.
Family.
Like she's trying to build
Okay.
towards that. Yeah, because she's
Okay.
like, if we're gonna be a family, that's how it's got to be. So yeah,
How's that all going?
it's not, bro.
It's
like
not-
I said,
it's not going.
it's not. No, it's
It's
not. Bro, the thing is, I've always said like, it's not like a right. Let's be. It is actually
But it
like that, but
sounds
we're
like
not
it.
doing
It
that. No,
sounds
but
like
we're
it.
no, but we're. Yes, it is. But scientifically, is it that point where right? It's that time of the month. Let's get in the bedroom. It's not that kind of conversation. So
Right.
we're not there yet. But I think everything else around it
Is that the
being-
next stage?
Yeah, bro. That's
Like, all right, come on then.
that's how, bro. That's how it works. Like, unless I'm missing
Okay.
something from what I've heard from. That's what you do. Like, obviously, there's certain times.
Are you cool with? I don't know.
I don't like it, bro.
I'm
I don't
not
like that as a process.
I'm not against anything, but scheduled sex seems quite.
Yeah, that's what people do in it when they're planning a baby.
I guess.
Is
yeah.
it? I've heard that.
I'm telling you, that's
Yeah.
exactly what people do.
That is mad though. That
That's how
takes
it works.
away the fun of it, innit?
That's how it works. That's
Well,
how it
it's
works.
not. It's not. I mean,
Meant to
having
be.
a baby's not meant to be fun.
That's
You've
what I'm
got a
saying.
job to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. So this is where it starts. It's like let's get to work.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
where we're starting.
That's
And
when it gets to that point. That's when it officially starts. Yeah.
And even if you make the decision in 6 months, it's still going to be a year from then until the kid arrives.
Facts.
So-
Facts. 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 Yeah.
I can't lie. A couple men are not really selling having kids to me. Like, I can't lie, man. I'm gonna have to give it a pause.
What's
Oh.
up with you? Yeah.
You know.
Why? What's happened? What have you heard?
No, just a few of my kids. A few of my friends have got kids, bro. It just, you know what it is, bro. Like,
Let me tell you, man, the
Free
secret.
it. Free
Let
the
me tell you,
thing,
man, the
bro.
secret. Yeah. So obviously, my sister got married last week.
Congratulations.
Thank
come
you.
on.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was there. Tracks came through. Listen, some man came with kids.
Oh, of course, he had both of them in
some
tow.
young
Okay,
kids,
how did
and
that go down?
I think Tracks won't mind me saying this because we had a very man-to-man
Oh, no.
chat.
Oh, no.
He won't mind me saying
It wasn't great.
No, his kids were bundle of laughs, like really good
okay.
vibes, like obviously like really beautiful vibes and good energy. But he was restricted, man. Like he was he was hamstrung. Like he couldn't.
Oh, of
like
course.
obviously, me
He's
like
got to look after one. She's looking after the
yeah,
other.
like
one, right? No?
his hands are tied. Like he wanted. I could see in his eyes. Like obviously, like he loves his family, but. We're doing the candy dance. We're on a dance floor. There's vibes. There's
Things
there's
going on.
ambience.
What's the
There's
candy dance?
You know the
candy dance.
Come
Oh,
on, bro.
what
Oh,
Nigerian
I forgot.
uncle
He
dance?
don't. He don't
Is that
do
what you're talking
weddings.
about?
He don't do weddings.
Oh, he don't do weddings.
Was it the one you put on Instagram?
Did I put on Instagram?
Yeah.
Well,
It was like, it looked like an intro walk-in for a boxing fight.
no, not that one. Not
It
that
looked
one.
like you were the
Where
fucking
he was
groom,
the main
not
one.
the-
Not that one, bro. Not that one.
Hey, enter
that.
that clip. CJ walking in like he owns this wedding.
not-
I thought, whose wedding is it? What's going on? Why is he coming out last?
No, not that one. There's at the end of every wedding or even a main party, there's a dance where everyone gets together. Listen, not everyone can do the dance. Some people can do the dance, and it's a vibe, bro. I think it's called the electric slide, isn't it? Not the electric slide, was it?
Oh, like a side-to-side thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
you know the
okay,
dance,
okay,
bro.
yeah,
You know the
yeah.
dance.
Whole family lining
Everyone
up.
That's
does
it.
it. Yeah.
What's the actual name of
I
it?
don't know, bro. Candy
Anyway.
dance.
Anyway, yeah, it's that's what we'll do. So we'll do. I'm saying like there's a lot of vibes being caught, but tracks and not just tracks, other
Few other
people,
people.
other parents. Because my sister did this rare thing of saying you can bring kids. Not most couples who get married don't allow kids.
My wedding, there's
You're not
no
allowing
kids allowed.
There you go. That's that's the party line.
So what are parents meant to do then?
Find a babysitter. Bro, because exactly what he's saying, and I've seen it a few times at weddings. I've gone to weddings and people are rushing around for their kids, having to leave the thing early. And I don't want that. If you're coming to a wedding, come to celebrate the love and have a good time, enjoy yourself. It's an adult event. Yeah, we're raving.
And I can't. Yeah, I hear
My
it.
thing's turning into
Bro.
a rave. Bro.
And I can't lie. Do you know why you're right, bro?
By
Do you know why
10
you're right? Because while the speeches were going on and people were trying to drop serious emotion and words, you just hear baby crying.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, raw. This is a serious,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
It was.
no.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a little long, you know.
It's uncomfortable.
It was
that.
really awkward.
That's uncomfortable.
Really awkward.
But
When
maybe
the-
we think like that because we ain't got kids. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, look, if I get on my experience of that was similar to that. It's on a plane, right? Nothing excites me more than getting on a plane ready for some shit food, right? I love that shit food in a little
Same,
silver
same.
foil, right? Watching a movie,
Yeah.
falling asleep until you see some stinking little brat behind you, ugly as fuck, bald, looks about 80 years old, even though he's 8 months. You know? And these parents can't shut the fucker up. Like, that is my nightmare.
No, that's jarring.
that
Yeah.
is
And it just puts me off.
Oh, mate, you
So if
describe
it's
it.
a
That's
family
horrible, yeah.
function and you're thinking speeches, bro, please
Bro,
muzzle your
it
child.
was so
Put a
awkward.
dummy in it or
So
something.
awkward, man. I was like, raw.
That's annoying, but look, I get it. It's also meant to be a family event, and if you two are sort of, or people are coming together, you know, in the eyes of God, true love, then surely kids should be a part of that.
I think maybe, okay. This is what we have done. Yeah, I'll say this.
Yeah.
We have like a couple of our godchildren, and if they're over the age of a certain age, they can come.
Select
there's a
elite
threshold.
children.
No, not elite thresholds. Look, if they're
How old?
babies,
What's the age limit?
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
go on.
You know, the missus sorts all that out, but
Okay,
she made a limit. If you're babies, it can't run. 'Cause
14, calm.
Yeah.
Oh,
14 's
that's
calm.
calm. Yeah,
12
14's fine.
calm.
Okay.
Probably,
Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
they're well behaved. They can sit like an adult and
Yeah.
enjoy their meal.
Right.
So we
okay.
still got some kids there, a couple. I think we got like 2 or 3. Do you know what I mean? But
That's calm.
you gotta have a limit, bro, to these things. Like, and also I gotta stress this because we're getting close to my wedding. Like, it's your day, you know. It's your wedding day. You do it how you want to do it.
It's
Don't
facts.
listen to anyone
So
else.
is it your missus that doesn't want the kids there?
Yeah, but I agree. Like, we're both the same because we don't have kids in it. So, don't get me wrong. I love kids, but it's just an awkward situation because I don't have kids. And
You banned kids at your wedding, didn't you?
No, you know what? There were kids at my wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Elite exclusive kids.
bro,
What?
we got lucky, bro, because obviously we did this kind of thing, this kind of loophole where we did it in Cyprus. So we said very clearly to people, by the way, look, it's Cyprus. Like, give yourself a holiday, because most couples, they don't get a time away from without their kids. They don't get time with each other. So like, look, come out, like just you two. You don't need to be kids. So basically, 90% of the people we invited who had kids didn't bring their kids.
Oh,
They didn't bring
left their kids
They left
for
their
the
kids.
holiday.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Babysitting thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously, think about it, like, it is a chance for holiday.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. But then obviously when we did the London party, that's calm because it wasn't a ceremony, because it's just the speeches that we were worried about, like you say.
Listen, parties have been talk of the town. Headlines galore about the Prime Minister who's
Jeez.
been found
What a segue, by the way.
Parties galore, man. Say parties galore.
Him and Rishi Sunak have been found guilty of being the first leaders, I guess, to have actually committed crimes whilst in office.
Fraudsters.
Listen, let me know your thoughts. Is this should people be taking this seriously? Are there more important things to worry about? Do you think it sets a bad example? Should they resign, etc.?
Well, I think, look, it's very timely because we've got an election coming up soon. So it's just making me chuckle that this is all happening.
When's the
I
election?
thought the election was 2 years, wasn't it?
It might be short. It might be a shorter time than that.
Okay.
I think. But anyway, it's upcoming. It's pending. And yeah, the Conservative Party they're not looking great at the moment. So for me, I don't mind this. I don't mind this energy. I agree that there's more important things that are happening. Of course, look, there's a war going on potentially, but I do think that
there's a war going on. Can I just?
Yeah.
I mean, are we actually involved in that war? I mean, I'm sort of getting a little bit confused when I hear people saying we're at war. We're not at fucking war.
You know what? You know what's mad? Actually,
we're definitely the sort of opposite of at war. We're not getting involved in the war.
Chilling.
You know what?
You're right over there.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna say? Actually, I'm gonna correct myself. There's more than a war going on. There's several invasions going on because we can't forget about what's going on with the Saudis. You know, on that side of the world. We just focus on Ukraine and Russia when this is actually going on around the world. But are we involved in that war? No, we're not. Because they haven't touched the EU yet. They haven't touched our allies yet.
I mean, it's been going on
yet.
nearly 60 days when this podcast comes out, and they have basically, it looks like they've sort of flattened large parts of Ukraine.
They've lost a lot of soldiers themselves, though.
Okay, right.
They've lost a lot of people. I thought there was going to be peace talks. That's what we kept hearing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
No, they did one, innit? But I didn't. I don't think it went too well.
You know, the attention in the news, at least from my perspective, has just switched from Ukraine to Boris got found guilty or charged, fined £50.
Is that how much he was fined?
£50
You're
fine.
joking.
It's mad. Yeah,
Nah, they're taking a mick, bro.
They're mugging it.
What's going on? £50.
£50 fine. I actually know someone myself who got charged £200.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And someone who hosted a party got fined 10 grand.
That's why it's annoying me. And because, bro, come on, like, I know there's a war going on, but we got to think about the people that died during this time, this serious time, and this is a worldwide pandemic. It was in such a serious time, yeah. Some people lost their parents and, you know, they couldn't see certain family members because we were behaving, bro. We were all on house party in our yards behaving.
Yeah.
And man's out there partying.
Listen,
and he gets slapped.
Let's be real.
He should be.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
And keeps a job.
Let's be
And
real.
keeps his
Let's be real.
job,
So many men are doing it. Yeah, he's not doing anything that different from what maybe half the population are doing. The only difference is he's a fucking prime minister. Like that's the biggest
You're the one
joke.
making the rules.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you're telling us to.
But we know he's a laughing stock. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
there's.
But I'm
for
cool
me,
with that,
yeah.
bro. But it's just like £50 slap on the wrist is a bit out of order, to be fair.
I'm not cool with it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not cool.
What fine would have been acceptable?
No, I think resign.
He's not going to resign, bro. He's done worse than this, and he hasn't resigned.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like
Bro.
the seriousness of this in comparison with like them, for example, giving their mates billions of pounds worth of
you know what I
loans
mean?
for
Like,
PPE deals and whatnot.
Bro,
It's
he's
just-
a sociopath. Like, he's a psychopath. Whichever one it is, like, he's a narcissist. Like, he's not going to resign voluntarily. Like,
I mean, Rishi's another one who's he's sort of fallen foul of the public opinion right now very swiftly. He's gone from being
Loved. at
loved
start.
and potentially the next prime minister
I
in
thought
line.
I thought he could have been.
To now his wife's been a tax evader.
Yeah.
He's got a green card. He's also, you know, obviously multi-millionaire, faking pictures, pretending that he drives shit cars like us.
Is it?
You know, yeah. He just said to some guy in Sainsbury's, "Can I borrow your car so I can take a picture of me filling it up with petrol?"
Nah.
Yeah.
he's been found out, bro. Does any of
are we
this surprise
surprised?
you?
Yeah,
Does
are we
it surprise you, bro?
All right, but look, it's one thing to say, does it surprise me? But,
Yeah.
you know, I've been thinking maybe the general election is closer than I thought. But
yeah.
is this enough to actually change people's vote? Because
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
100%. Yeah. The only thing that might work in their favor is that I don't know if the opposition is strong enough.
Okay, now when I sort of hear people say that, I'm like, why does that matter? If what you know has been so bad over the prolonged period that you've had it,
Yeah.
why would you care about what else it was? It's just you need something else because this isn't it, surely.
Facts.
Just checking. The
Or
next one.
is I don't know, are Labour so bad
Sorry, so the 2022 London local election, so it's like local MPs.
Yeah.
That's May.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's going to be peak for a lot of Tories. Yeah. So to answer your point, no, I think it is important, bro, because I think if you're like, you know how it is. It's like, bro, like, okay, I can't vote Conservative, so who can I vote? Like, and then you look at previously it was Corbyn, what's his name, the Labour leader,
Keir Starmer.
Keir Starmer. He's probably a better prospect right now for sure. But you're not. Don't forget, you're not actually.
Then who?
voting.
Jeremy Corbyn.
No, then Boris Johnson.
Oh, all right.
100%. But also, don't forget, you're voting for your local MP, right?
Yeah.
So actually, you got to do the research of your local area.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
the key.
by-election. It's different. Yeah. It's, look, it's not going to happen right now.
No, but it does make a difference though, because you're thinking that's how the Conservatives move. They're all the same.
Well,
Subconsciously, you're thinking it, aren't you?
I mean, I was also thinking about today. They've just announced with Priti Patel doing the sort of PR about a deal for asylum seekers that they've struck with Rwanda.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they are basically going to be sending any, I don't know who qualifies, but they're sending a bunch of people to Rwanda, bro. And I'm a little bit like uncomfortable
They're
with it.
sending
I
a
can't
bunch
lie.
of people to Rwanda.
Bro, let me just read exactly what it is because
If this is dodgy, it doesn't surprise me. If it's Priti Patel, it doesn't surprise me.
it's
bro.
basically like Priti Patel is saying, we can't house you here.
Oh wow.
So what we're going to do, because you've made the trip, is we're going to shuffle you over to Rwanda where you can start a new life.
Wow. Why Rwanda? That's so bad. So it's like,
Here
you
we
know,
go. Here we go.
it's like we want nothing to do
We're
with you.
detaining and deporting illegal migrants and asylum seekers. Where possible, these migrants should be detained in reception centres away from the British mainland, a policy originally adopted by Australia and currently being considered by the Danish.
But you know she's one of the most evil women in this country, bro.
Yeah.
You know that, don't you? No, jokes aside, you know she's like one of the worst of the worst types of people you can get. Like basically completely lost in her own identity, doesn't see herself as an ethnic minority, doesn't think that she's got any kind of lack of privilege whatsoever. I think actually feels quite entitled, is a liar, is a fake, and basically will do whatever she can do to brown nose her way to the top.
I don't know how she kept the job after the Israeli news came out.
She's got a lot of allies. She's got a lot of allies within, and she's also been accused of, the weirdest thing is she's been accused of being a bully within her own party. So strange.
Oh, and found guilty of that.
Yeah.
Not even just accused.
Yeah,
but
so
actually
she's
found
got,
guilty
so
of
she's
that.
been found guilty of being a bully in her own party, but she's also got allies. It's very odd.
I think what we found in all of this, right, whether it's lockdown or, party or loans or deals that they're doing with mates, that these guys are sort of just running the show how they want to.
They're not for the people.
They're not for the people.
Is this would you say this is how the government have always been?
But
you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no. I
Or
don't
not?
think so. No,
Oh,
no.
okay. Why not?
Well, if you're saying all governments we've had previously,
Yeah.
no, because I was a big fan of the way Tony Blair led, even though he fucked up a little bit with the Iraq War.
Wait.
But
What?
wait, what?
This is great.
I said, wait, what?
Tony Blair's a war criminal. For
I know.
A lot
I was
of people.
just about. But you didn't let me land. I
Sorry.
said that he fucked up
Okay.
with the Iraq War. He fucked up with the Iraq. Bro, that's what I said. He fucked up with the Iraq War. There's no denying that.
Does that not just sort of?
I'm talking about his
wipe out
I'm talking about his
the
politics
Good
style. I'm talking about his style of politics, right?
Well, style of politics to me is like he's responsible for
He
potentially like a million
but
people.
But you know why? He was brown nosed in America. He was basically getting a bit of a like that's what, and he's wrong for that. Listen, no politician is ever going to tick every box. We know that, right? And he was wrong for that.
Are they actually for the people?
people.
You see this Rishi guy,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
You see his wife is married to, I think her father is either the wealthiest or the sixth wealthiest man in India.
Yeah, that's
Um,
mad.
She is super, super wealthy, right?
Mm.
To the point where they don't need that job or the money
Yeah.
or anything. They're not doing it for that, but it's obviously
It's ego, isn't it?
power.
Power.
Yeah.
Ego.
And it feels a little bit like right now, I'm questioning whether a man or a woman who earns over a certain amount should be allowed to be responsible for the people,
Yeah.
to represent the people, because the majority of people are fucking broke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I like
don't
that.
have-
I like that.
You know, he showed how out of touch he is by wearing, I hate to say it, but £400 trainers. Like, I don't want to see my MP wearing £400 trainers, bro.
Yeah.
When most people are on benefits,
Yeah.
they can't afford new trainers for their kids.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
That's why
bro.
people like Corbyn a bit.
Well, no. Here's the question, right? Let's flip it. So, what if you came from nothing, right? But then you worked your way up, progressed to become a politician or someone in power. Can you then be for the people?
I just,
Because I don't know if Rishi was born into money.
okay, I'll say
He might have been. I don't know.
You see, money, right?
Yeah.
Money is something everybody's seeking, and it's in everybody's pockets, right? But obviously, the 1% have got 99% of that wealth. So, if you are on that ladder or on the way up the ladder, and you've made enough money to be comfortable, that's fine, right? I don't actually have an issue with that. But if you are wealthy, or are an incredibly successful entrepreneur, then I am uncomfortable with you being an MP, if only because to be successful in business, you have to at some stage take advantage of people at some level.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying if you climbed up the ladder, you wouldn't have a problem with
Well,
it?
look, it's like, let's take any business, like a Jeff Bezos. I know
Yeah,
it's a typical
yeah,
one, but you can tell at the bottom there are people who are struggling to go for a piss because they are clocking in and clocking out and being watched every moment.
Capitalism, basically, is a
It
capitalist
takes advantage
society.
of people.
Yeah.
Right? That's how they are putting themselves at the top of the tree.
Yeah.
So I struggle with,
Government.
I really do.
Okay,
yeah.
so on this note, and it's very relevant, right? How do you feel about Gary Neville in politics and this whole thing of footballers getting involved in politics? Because a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people hate it.
Well, look, he's another one who is, he's got a lot of good things to say. The PR is fantastic. It sounds great. He sounds like he could almost be a leader himself. But honestly, he's a businessman. He owns hotels.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
You can't try and tell me
That's
that
what I'm
he
trying to
doesn't
say.
have,
But I'm just trying to kind of answer your point here, because don't forget when the pandemic was in full flow and there were homeless people that were fucking struggling, right? More than ever before because of COVID. He opened up the hotels to homeless people. So he was doing good, yeah. Okay. He opened up the hotels. So I'm like, I don't think it's impossible for someone who has money to do good.
No, that's definitely not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying, at least. In fact, I think you will find some of the most wealthy people who have ever existed, and some of them who are arguably some of the most evil, are some of the most charitable as well. The more money that you have, the more ridiculously wealthy that you get, the more you have to give away.
I mean, I watched the Jimmy Savile documentary the other day on Netflix.
I need to watch that
Oh my
still.
God.
I need to watch that.
And that showed me, because he done a load of good things, but it showed me that he done a load of good things to cover up all the bad stuff that he was doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense what you're saying.
That's quite common. That's quite common.
He, I know, was given the keys to Broadmoor Hospital.
Yeah, that was in the doc. Yeah.
So that he could, help to alleviate people's stress or just to give them a little bit of entertainment or whatnot. And he was taking full advantage of those people in there. So, yeah.
But how going back to that, how does someone like Boris Johnson then get to be prime minister if majority of the country are broke and want someone who's for the people? Because obviously I don't watch the general election. How does he become the prime minister if majority of the people are not checking for someone like that?
I wish it was a short answer on it, but you know what? Yeah,
Go on.
a lot of it is media.
Politics.
It's media. It's propaganda. It's going out to a lot of the outer London regions, where there's a lot of even more poverty than London,
Right.
and basically convince them that this is the reason why you're poor. It's because of this person, because of these Labour policies, these left-wing policies. You got to vote Conservative if you want to get your job back.
Wow.
Bro, that's it, man. It's
And
propaganda.
that's how they get the people.
Yeah, bro, that's it, man. Imagine you've got really, really poor people, like on the borderline, like on the verge of like basically being homeless or whatever, or just having nothing. Voting Conservative, like make it make sense. It doesn't make sense, bro.
What I've got here is a picture of old Etonians. Number 2 is David Cameron, who's obviously been Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And number 10 is Boris Johnson,
That's mad.
who's obviously Prime Minister now. So it's almost like there's a pathway.
Yeah,
to get
It's an elite club.
club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. Like the Conservatives aren't out here just saying, "Oh, we're just for the rich and the 1%." Like they will try and make policies that try and target people that don't have money as well. So a lot of it is, again, it's kind of in their manifesto. They're using languages that will make you think they're trying to help you.
Listen,
Do you know what I mean?
When I was younger, I always thought scientist is a specialist in science. Do you know what I mean? Like biology, you have to be a specialist in the human body, or anatomics. Even sports science, you're a specialist in either the sport or psychology or like physiology. What is a politician an expert in?
Chatting shit. Bro.
Lying.
Yeah.
Lying. Convincing you that they're up for doing one thing when they're actually doing another. That's what they're experts in. So they're not to be trusted at all.
It's mad, bro. It's the amount of times when you ask a politician a question and they slowly deviate from answering it. So it's like they won't give you a straight answer. It's like they almost flip the question back on you. It's mad, bro.
Why doesn't Boris just resign and then at least
got,
keep some integrity for his legacy?
You saw
as a prime minister.
Bro, he's an Eton College student. You think he's resigning out here,
no, but
bro?
I'm saying you don't think he cares about his legacy as a prime
minister?
minister?
In his eye, there's something called delusion, like narcissists. They don't see the world the same way other people see them, right? They're in his head, he thinks he's doing an amazing job and he thinks he's God's gift. So do you think he's listening to the fact that people think he's evil? No, bro.
I'm not even convinced he thinks he's doing an amazing job. I just think he's a sort of quite eccentric.
Yeah.
He's a very sort of personable guy. He's obviously a charmer. He's got like 8 kids by 6 different women. He's definitely got the gift of the gab.
Yeah.
Or there is something about his charisma that people are drawn to. That's for sure, right? When he was London mayor, he was really popular.
Yeah, he was.
People liked all this foolishness. Yeah.
He competed with Ken Livingston, and I don't know. I think he won.
Yeah,
he definitely won at one point.
It's all turned a bit sour now. It's become a little bit of a laughing stock.
Yeah.
Well, he was never right to be prime minister. I mean, this job got handed to him because of how shit the Conservatives were and the shit show that they went through. But he was basically there by default. He became prime minister.
It sort of really emphasised what a mess the whole thing is, though, the whole system. There's a lot of stuff over the last 3 years that has come out that is, maybe they are getting away with it, but we all know know.
That's it. And that's why, look, for me, it is about Green Party now. That's the one, bro.
You're on board with the Greens?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome.
100%, bro.
Okay, listen, let's move it on. I want to talk about an Instagram video that Ironic put up day before yesterday.
Bro, how are people clocking that I'm putting things up on Instagram, by the way? I see a comment like, tell Ironic to leave it out.
But apparently it wasn't even you that posted it.
It wasn't even me. That's
Which one was it? Which one was it? Was it me?
It was you. I think the American post or something. I can't remember. But I was like...
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was me. That was bad as well, because that one was about this Brooklyn shooting.
Yeah.
And he was like, leave it out.
Leave it out, Ironic.
I know,
Get off the account for a minute.
I know.
Bro,
jeez.
Listen, don't discourage him from posting here, because he'll go missing for another 3 days.
If
you haven't followed us already on Instagram, head over to instagram.com/FTPpod.
Come on.
Let's talk about, where is this guy? Here he is. His name is Mano.
Big rapper in America.
First of all, did you lot ever listen to Mano back in the day?
Yeah,
I definitely have heard him.
Good. I remember him back in the day, yeah.
But he is now, as with a lot of rappers these days, appearing on podcasts.
Yep.
He's got his own podcast.
Oh, is this his podcast?
I think that one his that he was featured on, but he's got his own. I think he just done a big deal with Spotify actually.
Okay,
wow.
right.
Remember Gigs was on it, and they were like to Gigs, "I'll teach us some London slang and all that." That was Mano's podcast. Yeah.
Oh,
we'll put a little clip up if we can.
That's mad.
Anyway, US rapper Mano, doing this podcast, has said that on occasions, well, he didn't actually specify how often, but he likes to role play as a runaway slave with white partners of his. What's your reaction? How do you feel about this? Because he went further, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about being a runaway slave.
Being whipped.
He wants to be
went to
whipped,
detail.
Being like called names.
called the word,
Yeah.
and it sounds like a full-on
Experience.
yeah. So CJ, right, I've got to come to you first. Bro.
I know, man's looking at me like, what do you
because
feel?
because
What, like you lot? Oh, what, you lot on black though?
No, but
No,
yeah,
do
but
you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Go on.
We've had sort of a little bit of a precursor to this conversation before, where you know, the rumor mill. You know how silly season gets on the January window in the podcast.
No, it's just what you mean? Tracks just chatting shit.
You know how it gets.
Oh, Tracks chatting shit. Yeah. Nah, bro, you gotta laugh at them things because Tracks is Tracks, bro. He's a little you, but. Look, but we know that.
Boom,
we know
the
that.
preview.
He's a little,
the preview.
He's a little you. Tracks is a little you. Bless him.
Slander,
A lost don who just catches L after L. Bless him.
Bless him.
No, to be fair, this is a serious matter.
Blondes.
No, this is a serious matter. He didn't say blondes in the video.
No,
You're adding that bit.
No, he did say white women.
Yeah, he said white women, not blondes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, you can be white and not blonde, by the way.
But okay.
Anyway, yeah.
I think he would probably refer to sort of all hair types as snow bunnies.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Who else does that? What's it? The doctor? What's his name?
Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar. Yeah.
Let me give my penny's worth on it
Okay.
because I actually don't think it's that funny and instant, to be honest.
No,
I think it's a
facts,
bit mad, to be fair. But
Right.
no, my take on it is, you know, me, yeah, the way I am. Obviously, when we have these kind of conversation about being pro-black and, you know, positive for the culture, black community, etc., I feel like, for one, I'm always saying, look, I'm already conscious of there's going to be people in the black community who will always question, but CJ, but why did he go for a white woman? So I'm always conscious of that. So one, that's always in my mind. Secondly, to then perpetuate that by even considering playing them kind of mad role games with your partner when you already know, this is my opinion, bro. Let me tell you my opinion. When you already know that people are watching thinking, but you're doing, I think you've got to be some way inclined to actually then take it further and say, I'm going to play a game where I'm actually a slave and I'm going to let you call me the N-word. I think that's such a mad mentality. One, to actually come out to think it, despite the fact that there's already questions of, okay, but you're meant to be not, and you're doing that. And two, to actually come out and say that on the podcast as well. Like, I don't really.
Well, no, I liked it.
So
I liked the fact that he said it because he's being honest.
For you, for me, I didn't like it because I was
you'd
like,
rather he just kept that behind closed
I didn't
doors.
like it. One, thinking it, I think is mad, and two, I feel like that's not actually progressing anything by saying that. I feel like sometimes if you've got dirty thoughts, if you've got thoughts that aren't ideal, keep those thoughts to yourself. I don't think that thought, that vision, that fancy is a great thing to be sharing.
Yeah, that vision in my head. When he's talking about it, the vision in my head, it's not a great vision.
It's not a great thing for.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
brother. Let me tell you now. Yeah,
it's not that deep.
I know. I think.
You run it.
I think I saw a couple of comments. I think I saw a couple of comments under the post. Someone saying, "But it's a fantasy. What's the big deal?" I'm saying for me, I feel like, as a black man, that's a big deal, sharing that live on a podcast. I don't think it's a great thing to be sharing, personally, because I feel like it perpetuates a stereotype that maybe a lot of other black guys think like that.
Right, okay. Well, here's the thing, man, because it's really interesting that you want people to sort of... It's almost like policing their thoughts, because we've had the social media police out last time, right, with the Murphys.
Which one was that one?
Oh,
yeah. How can I forget? Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, like, I always worry about how I react or respond to people's words. Because ultimately, right, what people are doing when they're speaking is they're communicating their thoughts. Am I really trying to be the thought police? Do I want to stop you from thinking? No, because that leads to a dangerous place, which is probably close to where we're heading now anyway in life, right? But with this specifically, okay, it's just that. I know it's an uncomfortable conversation. I know it's probably not something that you want to go around shouting if you are trying to be progressive. But it would be foolish to deny that this isn't a fetish, this isn't a thing, that this doesn't happen, and that there aren't a lot of white women thinking, I want to suck a big black dick.
You flipped it there, bro. But okay. That's but you that's sorted, done. Right, no, but
cut that one out.
No. We ain't cutting that one. That's going straight in.
That is the basis of a website like Black.
100%. But let me tell you something that you've done slightly differently, bro. And I do agree with that. But here's what you've done wrong. You've flipped it onto the woman's point of view, and I'm not gonna lie, there are definitely it's a slight nuance there, because a woman thinking, okay, you know, black guy, whatever, fine.
Do you think they're thinking in their head, back to the times.
No,
with
I'm
that
saying,
for
I'm saying,
some women.
no, bro,
Right.
but
Do
we're
you think-
talking about women here. This
Yeah.
is Mano. I'm saying
But I'm
a
saying, do you
black
think
guy.
some women are thinking, I want to like make him look little?
No,
like
no,
back in, you
no,
know what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no, no. I don't
Know
think
your
that.
know your
Yeah.
place.
Do you
No,
think some
no.
women think that though?
Bro, listen. I think
That's
some women.
mad.
I think there's something. Obviously, there's some women, white women, that like black guys. We know that, bro.
Yeah.
If we go into the deeper root as to why, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's the culture. Maybe it's hip hop. Maybe it's like everything that they've seen on TV. That's how I see it. Now, if we're gonna say it's actually deeper than that, and bro, we weren't born in slavery times, so I don't know how a white woman will think, oh yeah, I'm gonna make you my slave. Like in terms of our generation, in terms of our generation, bro. Like I don't really see how that's kind of adding up. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I definitely think culture and MTV and like I said, do you know what I mean? MTV based these kind of things here, like football, maybe whatever. But I can't. I'd love to ask a white woman that's with a black guy openly, not my missus. But do you know what I mean? Like what? Be real, free the realness. Like what is it that you're attracted to? Have you always been attracted to black guys?
I just think
what
it's
ticked it?
It's
Because
just
I
like-
don't think it's slavery. That's my honest opinion. I don't think it's the story and the history to slavery. That's
no,
my fault.
no, but I don't think Mano is saying that he's into slavery.
But he clearly is, bro.
No,
That's
he's
exactly
not.
what he's
I'm
saying.
thinking
He's
he
not.
is
No,
a bit.
listen, right. Let's just change the scenario a little bit, right? So that he's playing Superman, right? Or
Yeah, because there's obviously other things in role play that you can do.
right. I mean, it doesn't have to be something that you are particularly crazy about or an idea. It's just the sort of thrill of the chase, maybe for this guy. It's like.
So you think it's not that deep?
It's degrading though. A bit.
No,
Very. Not a bit.
It's,
Not a
it's
bit.
very.
not.
Very, yeah.
It's not that I don't think it's that deep, right? It is obviously deep. It touches a lot of people's buttons, but this is happening, and to pretend it isn't is almost fantastic for progression, but not realistic.
Do you not
Because
think
there's a whole bunch of people who are literally thinking this way.
do you not think he needs help though?
Help
Yeah.
with his
Thoughts.
bro. Listen to this. Yeah, you know, in the States, that word is probably used in his circle thousands of times a day.
And the N words.
Yeah.
Right,
And what happens is, or what has happened with hip hop progressively, is we've been surrounding these hip hop artists with a whole bunch of, how can I put this, video vixens. Most of the time, they're of a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? They're of a certain flavour.
Yeah, race. Yeah.
So, you know, I think that has changed over recent times, but you can't pretend that if there is a whole world, whole environment that these girls are then stepping into where that word's been used 1,000 times, that none of them are thinking about it. It is all over porn. And if you put the two together, a hip hop star having sex with a video vixen, maybe she needs to be sort of allowed or given the pass to say that, and that is just for this sort of area, but that could excite both the people. I can understand why that is a thing for him.
Yeah, to be fair, the main thing for me is like the whipping and all that. It's a bit, but then that happens, I guess, in the bedroom as well. You know what I'm saying?
Whipping is a slave, right? Listen to this, right? What has actually changed since slave times in terms of the dynamic between interracial relationships?
What's changed?
What's changed?
Who
Who holds in the world, in our society right now, who sort of, which...
I know the question you asked. I know the answer. So
well,
you're saying
who holds the
well,
cards
back in the
out of it?
day, it would have been the white woman because they would have been maybe married to the master or something. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, for a start, you know, I'm thinking of specifically like this Chris Rock, Will Smith thing recently, where Will Smith is standing up for his black wife. The black woman is being protected for once. This is what so many people were so adamant that hadn't been done. Back in slavery times, black women weren't getting any protection at all. Because if the black guy spoke up, he'd be killed or lashed or whatever it was. She's basically useful for the white master, who wouldn't protect her also because he's going to protect his white missus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I hated the argument,
So-
by the way,
so
because Chris Rock was
There
black
is
as
a
well.
hierarchy in
Yeah.
society's eyes. So I'm just interested to know how you feel that's changed, or who has stepped up the ladder or who's been relegated down slightly.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, with that, I hate that argument because obviously Chris Rock is black as well. So when people were saying that, I didn't really get the logic behind it because obviously everyone involved was black.
No, protecting black women. You can be two black guys.
Right,
but
okay.
The
Just
idea
a
is
black woman being
no
protected.
one really stands up for black women.
Right, okay, I get you. Well, to be honest, I've said this. Look, I've got a sister. You know this. We've had conversations over the years where black women, unfortunately, have often said they're at the bottom of the hierarchy. They're at the bottom of the ladder because, in terms of society's perception, it goes historically. It's been maybe white male, black woman, and that's been a very real sequence of events for a long time.
Right. So can you see then how, if that's the hierarchy that you are even surmising exists,
Yeah.
how there will be some women who actually think this is a fun game to play because I know that society thinks like that too, or did at least.
Yeah, cool. Because some people are twisted. Some people do have that kind of mindset. But my point is, I don't think that's a healthy perception or kind of vision to have. I think if you're thinking like that, you probably do need to have conversation with people about getting your head examined.
There's that, and
Yeah.
there's also that some sex is, and I'm not sticking up for
No,
anyone. You do what you want to do. I'm just playing the
Yeah.
Of course,
right?
we're having a podcast.
It's just that some sex is psychological. There are some people that will get off to having their head fucked with.
I think 99% of sex is
Especially
psychological,
role
bro.
play involved. Yeah.
Right.
I think sex
Yeah.
is psychological. I think there's always some kind of vision. There's
Well-
also always some kind of fantasy.
Well, I mean, specifically with sort of, let's say, the denial of sex. That is a thing that gets people excited. Some people are excited. So not having sex or not being allowed to have sex will be a fantasy for some people. And again, it's sort of psychological because you're being like told you're not allowed to have what you want most.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe that denial is the buzz, but that is in your head. Again, it's not going to be for everybody. It's not very easy to communicate with a lot of people. If you said to someone, I get turned on by getting kicked in the balls, exactly, that would be the reaction for most people. But for some, it will be, again, like, she is dominating me, or she is,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
the thing.
A lot of
whatever
guys
else it
like
is.
that. Dominate.
Big up
tricks,
Wendy
though.
in Billions, if you know, you know. Yeah.
Huh?
Who?
Do you know watch Billions? She's like battering her husband, kicking him, stamping on his head, everything, the whole
Is
lot.
it?
She's paying.
Where's
Is
like,
that
he's-
sex?
is in there. It's like a fantasy. It's
Or
a fetish
bullying.
she has. It's
Oh.
a fetish she has, like being dominated by the woman.
Right.
He just
So
he's
is that the same kind of thing then, are we saying?
I'm
Exactly
saying
what-
that's the
similar to
same
what
thing.
you
It's
said, yeah.
psychological, right?
Yeah.
It does something in your head which is sexual, but it's not about the sex. It's
So
about.
is that the same thing as the Mano thing? That's what I'm saying.
No,
like
it's
the-
well, it's
I think
related.
so.
It's
You know what
related.
I'm
I think so.
Yeah,
I think there's a power thing
because
there, man.
he wants to be whipped. He wants to be whipped.
He wants to be
yeah.
treated like
I'm
a.
inferior. I'm little.
No. I'm getting the feeling that Mano is being here. He's being
Oh.
told, you are just a physical specimen and you are being used for the
Yeah.
sex. Give me what I can't get, and all these things that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
psychological.
Yeah. Now, I still feel like if you've got anything about you, yeah, I feel like you keep that to yourself, bro. I
No.
don't think you're saying to a woman.
In fair
Because
play,
you think
though.
once you start saying that to a woman, I'm sorry, maybe this is where I'm that way inclined. Yeah, I don't care, and I hope the money never changes me. But I do not know. I don't. No matter what happens. Obviously, I'm married. But if I became,
Man says it
if
every
I-
episode.
if
Obviously,
I,
we
was,
know.
if I was, because I'm trying to paint the picture. If I was single, yeah, and I'm out here just saying to random white women, listen, call me your whatever, make me your slave, brother, I won't be able to go to bed easily, bro. I won't be able to look at myself in the mirror and be like, I'm actually progressing my community because I'm giving someone the leeway to treat me like
In the bedroom. In the
fucking-
bedroom, though.
a fuck. No, but
Only
it's not,
in the
no, it's
bedroom.
not just the
When
bedroom.
when you
though.
walk outside
Brother,
the bedroom, it's you know.
Brother, it's not just the bedroom though. It's not when you give someone the pass to call you that. I'm sorry, but it's not just the bedroom.
What
it's not
about this
just the-
then, man?
It's
What
not
about
just
this?
the
Let
bedroom.
me flip it then.
Is it
yeah?
just the bedroom? Oh,
Let
you
me-
can call me this. And then she goes and tells her friends. You never guess what I called him.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you know what I
that,
mean?
that will work the same
That's
way,
how it
though.
works.
I'm
That's how it
sure
works.
that we've all been with some bird, right, at some stage down the line, previous CVs, history, historical, back in the day, way back, way back.
yeah.
When someone said something along the lines of, you know, like, treat me like a slut or fuck me like a hoe or
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
dirty.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
I get-
you
oh,
know,
yeah.
they
A
get
lot-
into
a
it.
lot- a
They
lot
want to
of
be
gags.
told.
Oh
yeah?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Lot.
Right. So right.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
What's the
loads.
difference, bro? What's the difference?
Oh, there is, isn't it? Oh, no.
It's a.
It's true.
Because
That's a
what
good
you're
point.
doing there is
No.
you're degrading the woman, right? And she wants to be degraded, so it's cool.
Mm.
You're saying a whole bunch of stuff that you would never say in public, or any self-respecting woman would leave you or just slap you in the face.
Yeah.
But there is a sort of unwritten rule that behind these closed doors, this is our thing. We're just involving a little.
I'll tell you, honestly, it's a fine margin, yeah. The only thing for me that makes a difference is the use of the N word and then the use of the kind of slavery thing.
So you're cool with slut, hoe, bitch,
yeah,
dirty,
yeah.
all that.
Yeah. If
Okay.
if she's calm with it,
Okay.
she's calm with it.
Okay.
But just then flipping it and saying, "Oh yeah, but you're." For me, it's not really ideal, man. Even she could say to you as a guy, "Oh, you're like whatever. You're like you're my what? I don't know, man. What is it?
My
What-
BBC. My
What's,
BBC.
yeah, my BBC. Yeah,
Okay.
do you know what I mean? You're my big black macho man, that kind of thing. Like, because that's what that might be a thing, right?
Right.
That might be the fetish.
It's just the N word.
yeah, it's just the N word. I feel like you're taking it a little bit too far.
Is that just the UK US thing though? Because they use that word
They
in
do,
America.
they
Yeah,
do.
US is more.
Like, I'm not being
yeah,
funny,
they
but
do, they do. But
there
even
are
so-
people that are going to be whispering that sort of delicately in your ear at times.
Yeah, but also just the idea of like
They're not meaning it in a derogatory
okay,
way.
do you know what?
like that.
I'll say another thing. It's not just the N word. It's the slave. Like if a white woman's calling me a slave, I'm a bit like, or if that's the fantasy, like, oh, you're my sex slave. I don't know how.
You know when
feel?
married couples are together for too long and they're looking to spice their lives up, yeah? Love lives. You go to the bar and you pretend you don't know each other.
Yeah, that's
That one.
I've
You've heard of that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't see the difference in any of these things. You know, I see people on Instagram sometimes, these girls, they like wear these like, oh, I'm Lara Croft. Do you know what I mean?
bro,
If my missus was doing cosplay,
brother,
on
you're
YouTube,
saying you're saying another difference here. This is
What do
key.
you mean?
Now you're talking about in a relationship where you're happily married, you've been together for decades. Again, that's so
you'll
different.
let her,
man.
you'll let her then.
That's
Oh,
so
I
different.
get it. Okay.
Did Mano's talk about one-off things with random gal that he's
let's
meeting?
free it then. Let's free it.
Yeah.
What stage do you need to be able to get past to be able to say comfortably to your missus, look, whilst we're in the room, yeah, just for a little half an hour,
Yeah.
we've got the whips. Call me the whatnot. Yeah, call me the whatnot, and I'm gonna slap your face. Yeah? I'm gonna spit down your neck, or just the nastiest. What is the time limit before you can sort of unlock these keys?
Listen, it's not ideal to be having that conversation.
Or
though.
ever?
I don't think it's ideal. I feel like there's fantasies. It's not ideal to be saying, call me this, that. I don't think
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many other fantasies that you need to go to that one. That's how I see it.
Okay, yeah.
But I definitely feel that there's
But
yeah.
I know that's coming from you, but some people
I know
like
some
that
people
stuff.
think. Yeah, I
Some
know,
people
I
are
know.
into the real naughty.
And bro, and listen,
like,
and listen,
degrading.
You know,
sex. People
and
are
good for
into
them.
degrading.
Listen,
everything that isn't right,
listen,
we're into
and that's
that.
it. So,
Yeah.
and good for them, man. You see it, and
Yeah.
there's like
and
same
Mano
man.
might be one of them.
Listen,
bro.
and some man like the wifey to dress up as a teenage schoolgirl, 40-year-old schoolgirl. Do you see it? And they're the headmaster. Do you get it?
Do some people do that?
role play.
That's
Role
mad.
play,
Okay.
role play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
mad.
Why is it mad, bro? Why is it mad? You're not allowed to do it. You said,
Nah. Man can't act like the head teacher with the teenage school.
brother.
Even if I know it's
Brother,
not the
That's. Oh, you don't think man do that? That's for me.
What's your
Bro.
favorite role play?
if there was one outfit that you could choose
Oh, okay.
for your missus to be, what would it be? Or one role?
outfit, you know.
I would say probably, I'm going to say this here, and it's going to be a standard one.
Go on.
I'm probably saying like a sexy secretary.
Yeah,
That's probably the easiest one. It's a
That's
calm.
calm. Yeah,
You know, the
that's calm.
skirt with the glasses and the hair tied back.
Listen, I quite like the. I do quite like the. What's it like the?
Oh, president,
No, president.
prime minister type. I know he's
Obama.
into that. Obama.
Obama
Michelle.
and Hillary.
What's wrong
Michelle.
with you? What's wrong with you? No. No, you man don't like the policewoman thing, no? The handcuffs and that.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Are you arresting her or you're getting arrested?
See,
I
ain't
don't
that-
know. I ain't done it yet, bro.
Oh, okay.
If you're
No, I don't know.
so if she's arresting you,
It's not ideal,
it's
man.
not ideal because
It's not ideal.
it's like black.
I know,
black
I know, I
crime.
know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
the
It's
same
not. It's
thing.
not
It's the
ideal.
same
It's
thing.
not ideal.
Same thing, isn't it?
Nah, follow that, follow that.
Authority
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
gotta
I've
be the other way
captured
around.
you. You're
Yeah,
captured
yeah,
now, bro.
it's-
You belong to me in this.
Stop and search and that. It's not ideal, bro.
No, it really isn't.
Listen, we're going to love you and leave you. It's been an absolute pleasure as per usual. Make sure you do smash the hell out of the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure you actually click down in the link below, because there'll be a few surprises in there. We have got the TikTok. We've got the Instagram.
Come on.
What else have we got going? We've got Apple, Spotify, all your favourite audio podcast
Twitter,
platforms.
Twitter
And
Spaces.
most importantly, Twitter Spaces is starting. Head on over there right now. Follow us all. Links in the description box below. We'll see you in the Spaces.
Yeah,
For now, though, we've been...
For
the people.
Come on.
Cheers.